Be honest, how many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? And when tomorrow arrives, it never happens. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you are just the master procrastinator. You are procrastinating for a reason, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to get rid of your procrastination, especially going into the new year where you want to open more doors for yourself. Now, first off, why does procrastination happen? Now, procrastination is not a time management problem. Procrastination is an emotional regulation problem. And hear me out. Every time you see a task in front of you, or you know you have a task that you need to complete, you begin to feel anxious, you begin to panic, you begin to feel nervous, you begin to feel overwhelmed by this immense thing that is ahead of you, and you don't know where to start. So rather than starting and placing yourself in that uncomfortable position, you take the easy route out. You watch videos, you clean, you do everything except tackling the task that is in front of you. And that is your brain's way of actually protecting you. It's your brain's way of saying to yourself that don't feel overwhelmed, don't feel nervous, just focus on something that's much easier. But that is your downfall. Here's the truth. You might feel motivated at first. If you set a goal for yourself, you feel so amped, so hyped, and so excited to start working towards that goal. But as the days and the weeks go by, you begin to feel less motivated. You begin to feel like this is a schlep. You begin to feel like you're doing this without the end goal in mind, and you forget why you started. The truth is, no one will ever feel motivated every single time. No one will always feel motivated. It is about building a sense of discipline and committing to what you promised yourself. So instead of asking, how can I feel motivated? Ask yourself, how can I make this task that is ahead of me easier? The first step to stopping your procrastination is breaking your goals or your tasks up into smaller parts. Start small. Your brain panics when the task feels too big. So don't tell yourself that you need to finish this project today. You need to finish this assignment today. An example of better time management would be to say, I work from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. After that work interval, I take a 5 to 10 minute break and then I start working again. All of this while any distraction is out of sight. So for example, you would put your phone in another room while you are working during that interval. When you are done with that interval, obviously you can go ahead if you miss something, but then stick to that interval of work. You see, when you break your daily tasks up into smaller, more manageable pieces, you begin to feel less overwhelmed, less nervous, and you begin to actually eat this elephant bite for bite. And that is the best way to go about it. Small tasks bypass your resistance. Small tasks bypass your resistance and make it easier for your brain to comprehend everything. So rather than not starting at all, break those big tasks up into smaller tasks. Step 2, remove the choice. You can either decide that you want to be successful or you don't want to be successful. There is no gray area. You either commit 100% to something or you don't commit to it at all. This is your way of not giving yourself a choice. You need to be telling yourself that I've promised myself from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. I will be working, and you need to stick to that. You need to put all of the distractions away, and you need to realize that this promise that you made during this interval, you need to keep it. There's no other choice. If you do stray from that promise, you will be met with failure and more failures. So rather than looking for a cop-out, commit to that interval. Commit to the schedule that you've actually set for yourself, and I promise you, you'll be seeing results faster than ever. This was always my problem as well. I gave myself a choice. I gave myself the choice of I could either be watching Netflix series or I could be working. So what am I going to do? The easier thing, watch series. That is what most of us do wrong. You need to realize this one thing. It's always about long-term success over short-term pleasures. And if you understand that concept and you carry that concept with you throughout the day, your days are going to become much more productive. Step 3. Make it emotionally safe. What do I mean when I say this? The task ahead doesn't need to be perfect. You do not need to do it perfect the first time. We are all human. We are all making mistakes, and you could always go back and correct those mistakes if you do make them. If you are, for example, working on a novel or another project that you're supposed to write, Tell yourself that this is just a rough draft. This doesn't need to be perfect the first time. I can still go back and I can still rearrange this how I want. There's no need to be perfect the first time. So there's no need for you to worry or stress about being perfect the entire time. If you do something, give your absolute 100%. And if it is not to your satisfaction, well, you start over, you make a few tweaks, and you move forward. So what do you do in the case that you've tried all of these things and you're still procrastinating? Well, the answer is simple. You need to ask yourself, what emotion am I trying to avoid by procrastinating? Am I just afraid of that overwhelming feeling, of that anxious feeling? What exact emotion am I trying to escape from by procrastinating? Once you've identified that emotion, you name it, you lower the bar, and you start smaller. If you need to break your tasks up into even smaller pieces, you should do that. As long as you feel comfortable, you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't feel anxious, and you are able to complete these smaller tasks, which eventually will lead to you completing one big task, that is a win for you. I know that sometimes you still will procrastinate, and we all still procrastinate sometimes. You get those days where you should have more grace with yourself, nicer to yourself in a way, because you do get rough days and you do get rough patches that you go through. And in those cases, it is sometimes better to take a rest. But if you implement these 3 things rigorously in your daily life and your daily work habits, I promise you will start seeing more results. If you have not yet subscribed for the best and most honest self-improvement content, please make sure you do so, and I'll see you next time.